This is my Z80 Playground Single Board Computer version 1.2, and I've had hours of fun playing with this computer, mostly messing around in the world of CP/M and retro programming. And it's amazing how much you can do with it considering how simple it is, and that is largely thanks to the huge catalogue of CP/M software that's freely available on the internet. So let's just get it started up. USB memory stick in there, power in here. The design is based around the Z80 CPU, which is sitting down the bottom here, and it's got 64K of RAM, which is just here, and 32K of EEPROM here in this ZIF socket. So you can take the EEPROM out, put a new program a new program into the EEPROM, put it back in and boot it up again, and it's running at 10 megahertz, which is controlled by this crystal here. It's got a 16 C550 UART for serial communication with a dumb terminal or a console window on your PC, and the UART is running at 460-800 baud, which is controlled by the other crystal, this one here. Underneath the board, it's got a CH340 serial to USB adapter, which is what enables you to plug it into your PC via a USB micro B plug. And for mass storage, we've got a CH376 module here, which you can plug a USB drive into. And the main advantage of having a USB drive on there is that you can copy a program, say off the internet or straight off your PC, onto this USB drive, plug it in and use it directly under CP/M. And this magic is achieved because the CP/M on here that I'm running, CP/M version 2.2, I've implemented at the BDOS level, so it understands Windows FAT format USB drives natively rather than forcing you to use an obscure CP/M disk format. And I also designed this board to be easy to experiment with the Z80 CPU. That's what it is, it's a Z80 Playground. So I've made it breadboard friendly with these male header pins along the front here. Let's take a look at that. Yep, with the front legs taken off, you can plug it straight into a solderless breadboard and play around with the Z80 ROM, RAM and any components that you want to plug into here. Now, quite a few people have asked me how they can get hold of one of these computers, so I've made some available on eBay, all nicely packaged up in a box, and I've included in the box a ready assembled and tested board with both the daughter boards that you have underneath attached to it, and I've also added a USB cable, one of these USB cables, USB micro B cables, and 128 megabytes USB drive with the URL of my website printed on it, upside down unfortunately. If you want to buy one, a link to the eBay listing is in the description on this video, and I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun playing with it because I certainly have done. Also on my website 8bitstack.co.uk, I'm collecting up all the CP/M software that I can get working on it and have been trying out. My favourite so far is the Hitchhikers Guide to the Galaxy, which is actually a genuinely good bit of software and very funny. But some of the other highlights are WordStar, which was one of the very first word processors, and Borland Turbo Pascal, which is an amazing programming environment considering the entire thing fits onto, well, in less than 64K of RAM. To see what the Z80 Playground is doing, I usually use TerraTerm as a terminal emulator, which uses VT100 display codes. So basically any CP/M software that runs on it needs to be configured for VT100 or VT52 codes. So let's see just how easy it is to get a CP/M program downloaded from the internet and onto the Z80 Playground and run it. So here I am browsing on my PC, and I've browsed to a website that's got lots of CP/M games on it. So here's the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and if I click to download that, we get a zip file. Inside the zip file you can see that there's two files, hitch.com, which is the program that actually runs, and hick.bat, which contains all the data. If I now pull out the USB drive from the Z80 Playground and put it into my PC, and the way I've implemented it is that there's a CP/M folder in the root of the USB drive, and inside there's a folder called disks, and inside there's a folder for each of the disks that is available under CP/M, which are the 16 disks, so A through P. So if we look in the H drive and copy the Hitchhiker files from my PC into the USB drive H folder, then put the USB stick back into the Z80 Playground. So if we now reboot CP/M by pressing the reset button, Here we are in CPM on the A drive, so we put it on the H drive, didn't we? So we'll change to H drive, have a quick look to see what's on there. Hitch.com, we'll run Hitch.com. And so you can see that the files that I've copied from the PC have got onto the H drive, and they're completely readable by CPM and by the PC. So that's because they're in Windows format, not in CPM format. And when it loads up, we'll be playing Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Now, CPM was never the world's fastest operating system, so there's a bit of a delay while it loads up. So here we are in Arthur Dent's bedroom, ready for the worst day of his life. Let's see what we can do. Hold on, where are we? We're in the bedroom, it's pitch black. Can we get up? Maybe we can. You have to wait for the DAT file to load. I think it caches it into the memory as it picks it up. It's very difficult, but you manage it. The room's still spinning. It dips and sways a little. Can we open the curtains? Not sure. Yep, it's too dark to see. Oh, anyway. So in the next video, we'll take a more in-depth look at what you can do with the Z80 Playground and how to configure it. But thanks for watching.